Last time we started to rebuild this kitchen by removing the old countertops that had been installed for over 15 years and updating them with the new live edge countertop that was 3.5 inches thick. But it turned out to be a heck of a lot more work than we ever anticipated. Kind of like biting off more than we could chew. But we're working our way through it, and we're taking you along step by step, good, bad, and in between. We made a lot of mistakes, and we got a lot more mistakes we are about to make in this video and the one after it. And so we're going to show you everything that we do, so hopefully you guys can learn from what we learned and maybe do it better on your own project. But in the end, this thing turned out gorgeous, so we're going to share with you everything that we learned during this process in case you guys want to tackle a project like this on your own. So what are we waiting for? Let's do it. You have when you use a heat gun versus a torch. You see that dimpling in the finish? That's because of using a heat gun. Our torch is dry right now. Thankfully, this is just our sample piece. But you don't want to use a heat gun. It just does not do as good of a results for you. So Franky's attempting to repair it because it's still semi-wet.
Try.
That looks like it's filling in. Oh yeah, look how, okay. See, it's coming slowly back to life. But you're holding the heat gun way far away right now versus up tight and close.
Go up and
but
down
we got
the
bandsaw marks guaranteed they're out of here.
Okay, so one of the problems we came across, or one of the issues we came across, is you guys see these straight lines right here? We confused this with bandsaw marks, and it's actually part of the character of the wood. Some of it is bandsaw marks, but some of it is the character of the wood coming out when you stain it. So you can sand and sand and sand, and you will not be able to remove all of that.
We just be able to see it right here. See, that's in the wood. See how they going like this? That's in the wood.
Okay, so you can see some of the variation in the wood, but you can also see that this is the character of the wood as it goes across outside of the grain of the wood. So we're not talking about the grain of the wood, we're just talking about some of the properties of the wood. So we're doing this, we're actually using, let's show them what we got. You can set that down unless you just like walking around with that.
I like holding it.
You like
Can I turn it into a belt buckle?
That would be one big belt buckle.
Hey man, have you seen them cowboys?
I have. Okay, so right now we're palm sanding, but the next step is hand sanding. Okay, so here's the order, guys. 120 on a palm sander, then 220 on a palm sander. Then the palm sander disappears. And then we go to 400 grit and 600 grit. And then we'll touch it all up, and then we can actually start to install it. How many hours do you think we've been sanding on this thing, Franky?
Lots.
So that's going to be your biggest part of the work, really, isn't it?
It all depends on how good you want it to look. Yeah.
Okay, Franky's measuring the cut for the 45 that goes in the corner of the kitchen. So this is where the existing countertop lays in, and how he measures it is he goes from the end
To the farthest 45.
to the farthest 45. So if we look at...
Which I would do the front, but we got that live. We can't, you know.
Okay, so with a live edge, we want to make this point. You can't use the front because the front moves back and forth in and out. And if you measure with that, it's going to throw off your measurements. Isn't that right, Gracie? Right, she knows that. So we're using the back because the back stays true, right, Franky?
Yep.
So the back is, we cut the back straight and flush. That gives us our back measurement, and that's where we're going to cut off from. Yeah, you guys can give them a hand. All right, so the old counter was actually resting on blocks, which leveled it out, right, Franky?
Yeah.
So you can see that. So this is, yeah, so this is gonna actually get repaired and put back together. So we've got some minor repair work to do.
Small. Very little.
What we're doing right now is we're dry fitting the counter, and then we'll be pulling it back out, right, Frankie? All right. This is the test to see if Frankie knows how to measure.
Oh, I've got it. This one's actually long. It's just that I wanted to see how the 45s look.
Now, this is a test to see how Frankie does 45s.
Push that down. Or sit on it.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to sit on it.
Oh.
It's
Gotta be
I'm
sand.
all
Oh,
greasy.
okay. See, we're gonna have to. I'm gonna take off some off the back so I can bring this closer. Let's see if I take about what 3/4 of an inch off the back. It'll slide in. It'll fit better. And I'll have to sand the rest. That's okay, guys. That will work perfect. There'll be some sanding though. No matter what we do, there'll be some sanding.
There'll be some sanding in place, plus also some shimming, because if you set it down, Frankie, let's show them what we're actually talking about. You see that difference in height right there. It doesn't look like much,
No.
but on the countertop it is.
Well, yeah. We can be off a little bit, you know, and then that'll tighten up too. Once I cut that off, that back
So
off.
we'll shim it up. So there's some differences you got to do when you're working with natural wood that you don't experience with anything else. Okay, so I want to show the guys what you did and the gals what you did. So now you're gonna get closer. You trimmed off the back, right, to get it close. Now you were able to trim it in, but to get it exact, show them your pencil mark, Frankie. Show them how you're doing that.
Okay, then this doesn't match very nice, so I just take my pencil.
Somebody going out because he's mad. He jumped up on the corner looking for food.
Okay, and then I'll go outside.
Get out of the way. And I'll sand down to my pencil mark.
So you'll take this piece outside because it's easier to handle.
Yeah.
And you'll sand this down, and that'll help match it in better.
It'll make the corner look nice, yeah.
Okay.
I put 3x3s back here, and that's what we'll be anchoring our cabinets down to.
Okay. So the reason the reason he put those in is because that countertop's got a funky twist to it. It's not going to sit flush and level. This thing just will not. It's not a. It's a live piece of wood. It just has its own character. And so we've got to anchor it down to try to get it to be flush. So we've got to anchor it in the back. And this is our nailer plate. And we're going to also have to anchor it in the front. And he's building the nailer plate for the front right now. I want to show these guys. Okay, so the end that we just secured, not perfectly level because the wood is already warping. Now let's bring this down to the other end. This gets crazy down here, guys. If we're gonna make this level, we got to get that much of a war angle out of it. Meaning, this side's got to come down. This side can't come up. The challenges of working with natural wood. So this is where his backer board comes in. So he pre-drills a hole first so he doesn't break the wood just by driving a screw through it. But you're not doing a screw, Frankie.
Putting these in now for
Leg
right now.
bolts.
But the lag screw.
Or leg screw, I should say. Yeah.
Ever since I was a child, now it's showing its
I'm wondering if I should maybe put another one just to help it before I strip
Just to,
that one
yeah,
out.
just to help it out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what Franky's talking about is putting a second one in and then tighten. Tightening them up in unison. That way.
At a 5? No, I don't want that big one. In case we need them, I got that one.
Okay, so you want a 5?
Yeah, 5-inch.
So he's got 6 and 5s.
Yeah.
Frankie, we're level.
Go down just a hair.
Dude, we're actually.
Well, we can go down just a hair. It's gonna be awful close. But we kind of lifted here though, see? Oh, we did pull it. See, we did pull it up. See, now we're gonna have to anchor that cabinet down.
Oh, yeah, shit.
I'll pull it back out. I'll let it go. I'll let it back up.
Yep. So you can see where we actually pulled. We actually pulled that cabinet. We lifted the entire frame of that cabinet up.
Is it down yet?
Yeah, looks down. Looks downer. So this is a continual it's going to be a continual slow process to get it to twist the right way. Okay guys, this is where things get interesting and Frankie gets nervous. Don't you, Frankie?
I don't like doing it.
He does not like this part because it's a one shot. You got one shot to get it right. So we're attempting to mount the sink. And when I say attempting, hopefully we will be successful. Okay? So let's take a look at the sink. It's a dual mount. Now this is something you're going to want to be aware of. If you're going to mount the sink underneath, you're going to want the dual mount. And if you get a chance to get an open box, don't do it because you may not get the template. The template is really important. Now we've actually marked off the dead center of the sink here in relation to where it's going to line up with the window, with the cabinets below. Now, here's a bit of a challenge that we got. This is a live edge countertop, meaning it's not true and flat. So it took forever to get this thing down so that it was actually flat, which you guys probably have seen and watched by this point. The sink should be mounted, the countertop should be flipped upside down to mount this sink, right, Frankie?
Yep. We should actually take this off, turn it upside down, or mark our opening underneath. Take it off, flip it upside down, mount our sink.
Mount our sink, but it's secured in place.
Yeah,
and it's
we got
heavy.
it anchored. I mean,
it's anchored. It took forever to get it in place, so we're going to attempt to do it the Polish way.
Yeah.
All right. Fingers crossed. Another thing to note is when Frankie's making his cut, he's cutting inside the line of the template, not outside, because if you cut too wide, you can't go back with this. It's zero forgiveness, and if we're too narrow, we can always sand our way out.
Right.
Woohoo!
See?
Crawled, hammered,
Success.
and
went to
fought.
at an angle.
Okay, so
But we can do the same over here if we have to.
okay, so that's part of the challenge for an undermount sink. You're gonna see that, right?
Well,
So
yeah, we can angle this. We can angle this side. We can match this side to that side.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah. We'll just have to fix that with sanding.
Right.
Yep. And bonus, we got a breadboard out of it.
Right.
Cool.
Fish cleaning station.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, this blade must went in at an angle, but like you say, we'll just match this side. It'll be all right.
Okay, so our sink cutout didn't go exactly the way we wanted it to, which is fine because no project ever goes always perfectly smooth in the real world. I don't care who you are. So, what we had happen was the saw blade came in just a little bit too much right in that corner, and instead of being it perfectly up and down like you see here, it actually cantilevered in. And so what we're going to do is we're going to sand that down, and then we're going to match it up on the other side to make it look like we knew what we were doing. Right, Frankie?
Yeah.
So in the first video of our build, you seen us cut that portion and we said this was the backsplash. Well, here it is. We're going to stain it, install it, and we're good to go. So we're finally getting to the point where we think we're making some traction. We get the countertop in, it's perfectly level. We get all of the seams to flesh out. We get the sink cut out, mounted in place. We get our mistake there corrected and fixed. And we're putting down the first coat of stain, everything goes good. We put the second coat of stain down, bam, looks good. But that's when things start to go south for us. Again, for the third or fourth or fifth time, I don't know how many times. Anyway, let's see how this goes. So after you put the stain on, you then gotta wipe it off. I'm not making this up, it's the truth. So you put it on, you wait 5 to 7 minutes, and then you wipe it off. I wonder what happened if you didn't wipe it off.
It would stain wherever it's heavy, what's dry on there, and they recommend it not to dry because it just turns, it's nasty looking. It just doesn't look right.
All right, so it's 6 o'clock on Saturday, and hey, Frankie, this is going just smooth as silk, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's why we're working at 6 o'clock on Saturday. All right, so we're using this product. It's called Glaze Coat, okay? And it's got this kind of funky two-step process where you take part A, measure that out, then you pour part B into part A, you mix for 6 minutes, and then this is the important thing. And so if you guys are gonna do this on your own, and then you take this that you've mixed for that's a Polish 6 minutes. 6 minutes after you've mixed it for 6 minutes and pour it into another container and mix it for another 6 minutes. And the re-pour and the remix is the important.
Have you started mixing yet?
But no.
Okay, you can't slow down because I gotta run out and grab the paintbrushes yet too, so I mean, you can take your time.
I'm busy talking, Frankie.
Okay.
Now I gotta start all over again because of you.
That'll buy me time.
So that's the skinny of this stuff. But the benefit of it, and I'm nervous as a long-tailed cat in a room full of rocking chairs because if I screw this up, we can't fix it again. No. Benefit of it is 70 coats all at once. Oh, and then we had more fun last night. I want to show you guys something. We were getting ready to put the backsplash on, and we totally forgot that we didn't have room to actually put a faucet because we got a big fat black backsplash. So, show you what we had to do at the last minute. I think we worked on this till after 12 o'clock last night, Frankie.
Yeah.
You see this? So we had to route out the backsplash because the faucet gets mounted right there, and this is where it came to before. So you could see you can't mount a faucet. So we knew we were going to be pouring this today. So that's some of the adventures we're having. All right, well, the next time you see us, we're going to be pouring the glaze coat on this countertop. Guys, it starts to get ugly really fast, but there's more coming at you in the next video. Kind of looks like I got wood. Man, I asked these guys to drop off some wood so I could work on a log splitter video.
music got the best in me. Ever since I was a child. Now it's showing its ugly face. What can
I don't think I need quite that much, but anyway, this video, guys, and the next one gets much worse. In fact, this was supposed to be a 2-part series that became a 3-part series because of how bad the next part actually goes. But when it's all said and done, it actually turns out really gorgeous. We're really happy with the results, except for it just was a lot of extra work to get there. And so if you guys are tackling your own project, make sure you come back for that last part, because whatever could go wrong and whatever we don't want to go wrong did go wrong. It's bad. It's just really bad. So make sure you come back for that one. And we got a lot more cool videos coming up, like probably a log splitter video. So tell me, what log splitter do you guys think I should try to grab to do a log splitter video with? Because my log splitter got buried. And it's old. It's ancient. I mean, it's really old. Look at that thing. My dad made that like 40 years ago. But hey, it still works. Anyway, God bless you guys. Go get them. Hope this video's helped you out. And I promise you, we got more landscaping construction.